Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello everybody, it's me, Player Negative, and as you can see, I got an updated new look with a special hand-drawn background. Despite using only a few phone apps and some pixel art, I managed to pull this off. Now, today, we're going to talk about a review for a game that I used to grow up with back in the early 2000s. Maybe a few of you people who had a phone or an iPad remember playing this, and it looked very similar to a graphical style that some of you guys may recognize as pixel guns. You see, back in my day, which if you remember, before there was a Pokemon with guns, aka Power World, please hope they win the lawsuit, there was actually a game that was called Minecraft with guns for a while called Pixel Guns. The game has a TF2 style like shooter with a few elements that actually make it unique, similar to Call of Duty. Now, for those of you who play shooters, I know a lot of you might take it a little bit too seriously, and you're probably going to look at this game and call it crappy, but it's meant to be more fun and chaotic. Growing up with this game, I genuinely loved it. I enjoyed the combat, I enjoyed fighting against other people, I even enjoyed the fact that the game lets you build its own custom skin, which is based on my YouTube avatar. But rather than talking to you about how great it is and just saying simply the game is good, I'm going to show you some footage of the game just to spark your interest. Now, I do apologize if the footage is a little limited. I'm using a cheap software on my phone, right? So right off the bat, the game introduces you with a pretty chilling and calming soundtrack that I had to disable due to copyright laws. There are a lot of cool battle passes that you can get for free, and the monetization isn't really that bad. You just need to do grinding. Lots and lots of grinding. There's also different weapon types. You can pause the screen and look at them for yourself, but I'm just going to go over them. Your primary, your backup, your melee, your special, your super, and your sniper, and your heavy. There's also different types of armors, pets, bombs, and other weapons you can get. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on them. You can just get them through grinding or leveling up. And honestly, this is a really nice situation. In a bunch of shooters that literally shove microtransactions down your throat, this, in my opinion, is genuinely nice. And honestly, it's a fun game. But enough chat. Let's get into the nitty-gritty and get into the fight. Now, there are multiple campaigns, but I'm just going to go with the normal deathmatch mode. So, without further ado, here we go. The game can shift on whether you're good or bad at it, depending on what console you're using, or depending on your skill level. However, the learning curve is pretty easy, and easy to master, but hard to challenge yourself, but you don't need to worry. And you can make custom skins in the game, which is what mine is. If you looked at my skin right now, it would just be a simplistic version of my avatar right now. Honestly, when you don't explain that you're playing a Minecraft game right now, some of the conversations can get really stupid when you say who you're killing. Like one time, I fought a guy who looked like Eric Cartman, and now I have to explain that I killed Kenny in one instance. And I'm pretty good at the game, but I'm not super good at it. The learning curve is good, but honestly, there are some times where you lose really badly and sometimes where you win really easily. I mean, I'm no Technoblade, rest his soul. But in all honesty, the game is fun. Now, the footage you're seeing right now is a game I just did earlier. Now, the first half I'm probably going to lose, but a few other things to note that I win pretty often in certain matches. It's kind of a coin flip. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But honestly, the game isn't that bad. You can also find ammo and health refills scattered across different maps. And sometimes you can die for the stupidest reasons. Yeah, I'm not really doing so well right now. But if you know what your tools are and you know how to use them, you can make the most of your situation. Though I will recommend use weapons you know how to handle and make sure that you understand them well enough. Like, for starters, don't try to go at close range and don't just spam using a flamethrower because you will regret it in some instances. And some maps will basically make it hard for you to use certain types of weapons. So don't just stick to one type of weapon and never use anything. Learn to be more of an all-rounder. Also, headshots earn you a lot of points. So far, the game's pretty fun. The monetization's not too bad, but I will make a few complaints that I wish the game was a little more polished in how the hitbox works and how fast your health bar could drain. But apart from that, those are my only complaints on the game. I do wish it was easier to reheal from items you could save and then eat, like consumables maybe, but that's just a minor issue. Also, you can name your pets if you're lucky. I named my cat after the main character from Night in the Woods, Mae Brakowski. Honestly, I just enjoy the game. Now, if you want a hardcore match of TF2 or Call of Duty, I would recommend that. But if you just want to have chaotic fun with your friends, I would definitely recommend this. There's even a campaign mode that exists, but I'm not going to go into that. The game is overall fun and a nice experience, and sometimes can make the funniest joke material when you don't explain that you're doing a shooter game with custom skins. Like, seriously, imagine saying that you had to shoot Hello Kitty while Cartman from South Park was trying to shoot you from behind. As you can see, I hit top of the leaderboard, and that's all I gotta say. So that was one of the many matches I do normally. I hope you enjoyed the video of the gameplay footage, but in all honesty, I don't got much to say here. The game is good, there's not many heavy microtransactions, the competition is pretty fun. Now, it's not hardcore, it focuses on being more chaotic and a little more comical. So if you want something a little more hardcore, then yeah, you can play something more like Overwatch or TF2. But overall, it's a fun game. Is it perfect? No. Is it horrible? No. For a mobile and console game, it's honestly a fun little ride. And I hope to inspire people that you don't need to make a consistent format of content to just stay relevant on this platform. I kind of want to make something interesting on YouTube, and I honestly didn't expect to do this much very often. The shorts were just a little bit of something to make so I could get a few more videos out there, but honestly, I want to try making things that are decent and not just cheaply turned out glunch. And I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Honestly, I grew up playing that game back in the day, and honestly, coming back to it, it may be just nostalgia, but I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. However, if I was going to make a true video, I'm not just going to highlight everything good about this. To be honest, there are a few issues like how the hitboxes are easily abused, some weapons are too spammable, and people can easily target you in the game. Not to mention that depending on what console you're doing on, people can easily kill you because a screen is a lot different than using a controller. There are a few minor nitpicks, but despite that, it's honestly fine. Though I do get frustrated from time to time dealing with a few people and rage out, but not to the level of Flappy Bird. Apart from that, I'm fine. See ya. Hey, it's Player Negative here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you're interested, go check out my friend Zippy's channel, Zipimations. I really want to try to do something different on this platform and not just go with the contrary belief that you gotta do something consistent all the time to be well known. I want to try all sorts of different things, and I thank all of you. See you later.